Nick Swisher, kind enough to join us on the line. Fox Sports Major League Baseball analyst. And Nick, Dan Helly here filling in for Rich on the Rich Eisen show. I'm just reading this Newsday article. Among the Yankees players, coaches, and staff with lockers in the visiting clubhouse were two extra members of the traveling party with the Yankees, Reggie Jackson and Nick Swisher.
Hey now.
What is going on, dude?
How is that possible, right? I mean, come on, bro. I'm living in a dream world, bro, for real. Soaking up every bit of this. I'm telling you, man, just to be part of the organization again, some place that feels like home to me, to have Brian Cashman and Hal Steinbrenner want me to be in that building with them each and every night, bro, that means the world to me.
That is amazing. And now your guys set to take on the Astros in the ALDS Game 1 Saturday night at 8 on Fox. Third time in 5 years, Astros and Yankees have met in the postseason. This is going to be good. I mean, this is the two best teams in the American League. This is power on power. I mean, when you saw that this was going to happen with the Astros, I'm sure you said, okay, let's get it on, right?
Oh, I could have told you this in April that this was going to happen. I'm telling you, I think in the top three teams in baseball, only two remain. I mean, obviously the Dodgers with a heartbreaking loss. But now if you look at the schedule, I mean, you got the Nationals in St. Louis, and this isn't taking anything away from those two teams. But if you want to watch the World Series, this ALCS, this is going to be your World Series.
No, there's no doubt. I mean, the Astros polished off the Rays last night behind Garrett Cole, headed to the American League Championship Series for the third year in a row. Cole has been absolutely insanely dominant. 25 strikeouts in back-to-back games in the division series. Are you kidding me? When you watch him, what are you thinking?
How filthy is that guy? I'm thinking to myself, man, I'm glad I'm not playing anymore. I can guarantee you that. This guy right here, man, not only that, not only the stuff that he has, but the confidence that he has. I don't know if you saw the presser before Game 5. It was obviously on that workout day, and they were asking him, what's your mindset? What's your preparation? And he was just like, you know, just as if I would any other start. I mean, this guy is so confident. He knows exactly what he's going to do. I mean, let's be honest, man, 20-5 on the season, the best pitcher in baseball from the middle of May all the way to the end of the season and continuing into the postseason, man, 2-0 doing his thing. And how nice is that for the Houston Astros to lose Game 4 in Tampa to could be the Cy Young Award winner, Justin Verlander, and be like, nah, no big deal, baby. We got Garrett Cole to back him up in Game 5. So at home, he's been absolutely dominant. On the road, he's been dominant. The Houston Astros, I mean, you know me, man. I bleed pinstripes, and I root for the Yanks each and every day. But they're going to have their hands full with this Houston Astros lineup.
Yeah, Cole 18-0 in his last 24 starts. And like I said, it really is power versus power. It's the pitching staff of the Astros against the home run power of the Yankees. The Yankees set that home run record this year. You're going to see Verlander and Cole twice each if this series goes 7 games. You have to get one of those, right? You have to beat those guys at least one time to have a chance. Which one do the Yankees have a better chance to beat, Verlander or Cole?
Bro, it's hard to say, man. Both of those guys will finish 1-2 in the Cy Young, depending on whether it's Verlander, Cole, or it's Cole, Verlander. I think the best thing that the Yankees have going for them now is that the Rays did take them 5 games. They made, Justin Verlander throw an extra 100 pitches. They made Garrett Cole throw I think 103 pitches he threw last night. And by the way, man, he was chomping at the bit to get back out there in the 9th inning. He wanted to close that down for himself. I think the best thing that the Yankees have going for themselves right now is that Zach Greinke is going to start Game 1, right? You're not going to face Garrett Cole Game 1. You're not going to face Justin Verlander Game 1. Because let's be honest, after you're done as a hitter, after you're done facing those two flamethrowers back-to-back days, this is taking nothing away from Zach Greinke because he's a Cy Young Award winner and he's amazing and he's making like $100 million this year. But when you see 98 on the board consistently back-to-back days and then all of a sudden you see 92, boy, I'm breaking my ankles trying to get in that batter's box. So I think that Greinke's going to have to do a good job of keeping the ball down in the zone. He's going to have to locate because now he's really kind of reinvented himself. He doesn't have the power stuff that he's always had. And I think that's a tough spot to be in that rotation when you go from two flamethrowers down to kind of like I guess more of a surgeon, I guess you could say, more kind of slicing and dicing on the corners. He's definitely going to have to be on the corners and low in the zone because if he misses in the middle part of the plate, especially in that Houston ballpark, there's going to be a lot of home runs hit.
Yeah, much more surgical for Greinke than he's been in the past. Yankees and Astros have combined for 210 wins, the fourth most combined wins all time by two teams meeting in the postseason. Give me a couple of X factors, one for each team, Nick.
Well, I think Aaron Judge, man. I mean, obviously the best player on one of the best teams. He's going to have to bring his game. I think right now there's a couple roster decisions that are being made. I think Aaron Hicks is kind of being thrown up in the air, kind of if he's going to be able to come back and do his thing. Also, CC Sabathia obviously wasn't on the roster in the ALDS. I think that you're probably going to see him on the ALCS just because of those power left-handed bats they have in that lineup, right? You know, Sabathia is not going to be the starting type of guy, but you could bring him in to face guys like Brantley, a guy like Yordan Alvarez, because let's be honest, man, I mean, that lineup, there's no holes in it. 1 through 9, these guys are bringing thunder each and every at-bat, especially when you got, in my mind, the MVP candidate, Alex Bregman, in the middle of that lineup. I'm telling you what, man, there's a lot of things going good for the Astros, but there's also a lot of great things going for the Yankees, man. This is that heavyweight fight we've been waiting for since April. I can't wait to get it going.
No, you're 100% right about that. Nick Swisher, 12-year Major League Baseball veteran, World Series champion on the line, currently working for Fox Sports as a Major League Baseball analyst. Dan Hellie here on the Rich Eisen Show, filling in for Rich, who's over in London. Nick, let's look at the NLCS now. I'm just going to come right out of the gates and tell you I'm a DC native. I'm a huge Nats fan. I was there Game 5. I went down in the locker room just to kind of see what was going on, literally to soak up a little champagne along the way. I got home. My wife is like, "What happened to you?" I said, I didn't even do anything. I didn't earn anything.
Drinking again, honey.
I just wanted to watch. And I told my buddies that I was driving home. I said, if we get pulled over, we're going to be in trouble because I smell like nothing but champagne.
No doubt, man. Hey, good thing I was riding on the bus because I smelled just like you did, bro, when I was leaving the celebration in Minnesota. I think there's just a lot of great things going over in our nation's capital right now. I mean, let's be honest. You get rid of Bryce Harper, one of the best players we have in our game, and you finally win that first series in playoff history for the Nationals, man. I mean, like, as a fan and as a player, you could not be more proud of your team. I mean, just from where you guys were at the beginning of the season to where you guys are now, I mean, let's be honest, man. You know, you got Rendon, in my opinion, I mean, MVP votes for sure. And the way Steven Strasburg has pitched down the stretch for you guys, man, I was so impressed with the way he's handled himself. Because I've always kind of heard that rap on Strasburg that if he doesn't feel healthy or if he's a little banged up, he's not going to be the guy that you need. But I'm telling you what, man, he's shutting a lot of people up nowadays because he is out there doing his thing. Mad Max is going to be there at the end of the day. And let's be honest, man, I mean, you have enough faith in a guy by the name of Anibal Sanchez to start Game 1 in the NLCS for the first time ever in your organization's history. I'm telling you what, man, there's a lot of great things going over there. Trey Turner's doing his thing, the straw that stirs the drink. I just think there's a lot of fun things, man. It's obviously a heartbreaking loss for the Dodgers, and it's kind of a shame not to see them in that NLCS. But for two great baseball cities, St. Louis and our nation's capital, baby, going at it, man, I'm excited to see who ends up winning that series.
Yeah, living here in L.A. and being, you know, in a sea of Dodgers fans as I'm watching that game and the Howie Kendrick, you know, grand slam happens and my jaw just drops and I start looking around like, is it okay to cheer? Damn right it's okay to cheer. I mean, this was an unbelievable moment. And you mentioned it, the Nats 19-31 in late May. Essentially, they've been playing elimination games since then. Do you believe that actually carries over, that momentum carries over, or is every series a clean slate?
No, I think there's a lot of good things going over there. I think that they have had their backs up against the wall since May. I mean, let's be honest, man. I don't know about you, but me being in the media, we were calling for Davey Martinez's job in June, right?
Sure.
We were like, man, this guy's not the guy. He's not the leader we thought he was. Boy, was I wrong. I mean, talk about putting your foot in your mouth. In my mind, this guy could be the manager of the year. The fact that he took that group of guys and really just got them moving in the right direction. I mean, let's be honest, man. They had the chance to sign Bryce Harper. Mike Rizzo said, you know what, that's a little too much money for us, and it ended up paying off. I tell you what, man, I know you didn't sign Bryce for that $330, but you might have to sign Anthony Rendon for that $300, man. What an amazing season he's had. Like you said, Howie Kendrick with a huge grand slam. He's been a professional hitter from the day he showed up in the big leagues. I just think there's so many great things going on for that organization. Win or lose for these guys right now, I'm telling you, man, it's been an unbelievable season for them. Hats off to them.
Yeah, and the Cardinals obviously have had a pretty good season as well. They have the fifth best bullpen ERA at 3.82. You look at the Nationals bullpen. Historically speaking, it's the worst bullpen in postseason baseball history. I mean, their ERA for the bullpen almost 3 full runs higher. They have 2 reliable relievers right now in Sean Doolittle and Daniel Hudson. And unlike the NLDS, you're not going to be able to roll Strasburg and Max out there in relief, are you? In a 7-game series, you're not going to be able to hide. You're going to have to use more of these relievers than you used in this short series in the division series.
Oh, yeah, 100%, man. If there is an Achilles heel for the Nationals, it's definitely their bullpen. I mean, that's been noted all year long. As a matter of fact, that's probably been noted for the last 5 or 6 years. They just haven't had that big-name closer that's been able to go out and shut games down for them. Obviously, they brought over Sean Doolittle from Oakland, and he's done a decent job. But I think what helped them out in that short series was them to be able to bring out certain guys, right? To be able to bring out Max Scherzer in the 8th inning of one game, right? To be able to bring in Strasburg in the wild card game to say, hey, man, come in here and give us 4 innings out of the bullpen, because if you can use those 2 guys in the bullpen, I mean, obviously you're going to be a lot better. But with a 7-game series, you have to use everybody. This is where the depth of your team really shows. And right now, if the Washington Nationals want to see themselves beat this hot St. Louis Cardinals team, that bullpen has to be on point for sure.
Most important Cardinal in this series is going to be who?
Yadi Molina. No doubt about it, man. He's been a rock star since he showed up in the big leagues, first ballot Hall of Famer, captain of that team, the man that gets that pitching staff to do what they're going to do. And I don't know if you saw it, but they came out with their rotation. They're going with Michaelis in game 1, and then, they got Wainwright, the veteran, in game 2. Then they got Jack Flaherty, bro, who is absolutely dominant. Could you imagine walking out in the NLDS winner-take-all game 5, and you take the mound in the bottom of the first inning, and it's 10-0? I mean, talk about feeling good about yourself. Jack Flaherty's one of those kids, and I'm going to steal a quote from one of his teammates saying, it's not a matter of when he's going to win a Cy Young, it's a matter of how many Cy Youngs he's going to win. So right now I think St. Louis is that baseball town that sees themselves back in it. My caddy Scotty, bro, has been calling me for the last week saying, man, World Series champ, St. Louis Cardinals 2019. And right now, man, they look pretty good.
Your caddy? Have you been playing a lot of golf? I thought you're traveling with the Yankees. What's going on?
Oh, yeah. I haven't gotten all the links as of lately. But, hey, man, I'm a loyal guy, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got to have my guys. He knows my game. You know what I mean? I got to take care of my guy,
Let me ask you this, because I have this conversation all the time with my buddies. Proper tip. Now, because I know clubs are different, right? Sometimes there's a caddy fee that's included. Yeah. But let's say you're going to a visiting club. Proper tip for a caddy, he's walking with your bag, you're not riding, is what?
Hundo, no doubt.
Agreed.
1 hundo, for sure. 100%. Especially out in Los Angeles, man. I mean, the price of living out there is a little more expensive than it was in my hometown of Parkersburg, West Virginia, bro. So I'm learning, man, slowly but surely. I'm learning my golf etiquette. But I think just right now, man, just being able to be home and, just be able to spend time with my family, obviously do some amazing things like travel with the Yankees, try and bring as much as I can to the table for them. I'm telling you what, bro, like I said, man, I'm living in a dream world, bro. It's been an absolute blast these last couple years. Retirement has been amazing, and I'm just loving it right now.
Well, you're doing a good job on TV. I certainly enjoy seeing you with one of my counterparts in NFL Network, Amber Theo Harris.
Oh, bro, how great is she, man? She's amazing.
She's one of the guys. It's amazing. Yeah, it's so fun to work with. Hey, do you wake up with this much energy, or do you have to drink like 6 Red Bulls?
I am Red Bull, brother.
I have not met you in person, Swish, but we're going to have to hang out. Maybe a little golf in L.A. here one of these days.
Oh, cuz, that'd be amazing, man. Do me a favor, man. Give my boys Brock and Del Tufo some love.
What up,
man.
Swish?
How
yeah,
you guys
buddy.
Doing, man?
Miss you,
guys
dude.
Make the show awesome, bro. I know Rich is absolutely one of the best in the game, but you 2 guys on the back end of it, bro, really make this show what it is, man. I love you guys, man.
Thanks, man. Love you too. Appreciate it.
Day, boys.
Be good.
Go Yankees.
Thank you, Nick.
All right, boys. Let's go get this thing. 28.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Woo.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.